Hey guys, what's up? It's Hex again, and today we're going to be looking at my Charged Creeper trap slash blow up chamber thingy. So what this is intended to do is it's intended to use the 1.13 mechanic of the trident being able to summon lightning during thunderstorms. So I'll show you that mechanic in just a minute. Basically what's going to happen though is I'm going to use my trident sweet use my trident to be able to charge some creepers during a thunderstorm, and then we're going to go ahead and run through this thing that you see behind me. So basically what's going to happen, I'm going to charge a creeper, I'm going to hit it with the thing like that, and the lightning's going to hit it, and then we're going to run through this little pathway, and then we're going to press this button. When you press that button, some pistons open up into a little chamber in here where we have some water streams. Let me show you on this side. So this water stream is actually going to push the charged creepers down over here, and then you can pick them up with a minecart at your convenience. You just press this button, and then it goes down and gets a creeper. Sometimes you have to press it a couple times to get the creeper. It'll get that charged creeper, and it'll dump it off right here using an activator rail into this water stream, which will push it right here. Now on this side, what I have is just a simple little mob trap. Because I'm in a super flat world and I can turn it to day permanently, and basically this is the only place that mobs can spawn, like in the entire universe right now. But basically all this is just like some sort of a mob farm, or you just basically get a mob to go into this area and then down into here and over here. And thanks to CubFan, because this idea, having this pushed in here and then the creeper coming in the other side, that was his idea that he used on his Charged Creeper farm. But instead of a farm, I'm just basically using a trap to trap charged creepers that we're going to go hunt for. Okay, so again, this thing here is just simply a hole for mobs to spawn in, right? It's actually like, if you built this in survival, what you'd want is something that was pretty inefficient as far as a mob farm, because you don't want tons of mobs falling out of here. And the reason for that is because when you blow up a charged creeper, apparently it only drops one mob head. So if I have like 15 mobs in this thing and then the charged creeper comes in and I blow it up, I'm only going to get one head, even though all of them could have dropped a head. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if that's a bug with 1.13 or if that's always been the way things are. I'm going to shut up and show you how this works. So I got to type some commands here. So let's see, time set midnight, and then here we go. Let's see, we want to do weather, thunder, and then we want to do game mode survival. And I have a stack of notch apples right here just so that I can keep myself alive, because for some reason, no matter how much I sleep, I get attacked by phantoms while I'm trying to do this. So let's give this a try. There we go. Look at that. So really quickly, that's the channeling enchantment. So if you see the top one, it says trident, that's of course the name, and then channeling is the second one. That's the one that's allowing me to do the lightning. I also have loyalty, impaling, sharp. I just was enchanting the heck out of this thing just to see what's going on. But as long as you have the channeling enchantment, it will do that. I also recommend loyalty so that you can get your trident back. Anyway, let's see if we can find a creeper. We'll do a couple of them if we are brave. Yeah, let's see. I don't think that second guy is going to follow me, though. So now he's charged because he got hit by lightning. So, whoa, he almost got hit by lightning again. Look at that. And he's going to follow me. And the goal is to get him to walk in between this thing. Let's see. I'm going to close that while I can. Okay. Oh, lost him. So this is the part where having the area lit up is super helpful. All right, so we're just going to run through here. And then I'm just going to press one of these buttons, doesn't matter which one, and then hopefully, nope, too soon. Okay, here he comes. Push a button. Ah, perfect. You guys got to see him fall in. So, yeah, then he's in there. I could do this until the thunderstorm stops, so I could go get another one, and another one, and another one, and basically make use of the thunderstorm as much as possible to catch as many creepers as possible. let's go ahead and check this out. So for some reason I've been getting these guys spawning in here even. So we've already got a couple zombies in there, so we've got our charged creepers down there. I'm going to push the button and try to call up a charged creeper with our minecart. There he goes. Okay, he's on his way. He's in the water. He's going, he's going, he's going. And then the cool thing is, and thanks to CubFan for showing me this in his video, you just light him with your flint and steel and let him blow. And there we go. And then if you go in here, you should, yep, see, we got one right there. So you might have to, like, well, that's a problem I'll have to sort out, isn't it? Ordinarily, we'd have a pickaxe on us, right? There we go. Okay, and then you get that, and then you can replace it, or you could, you know, do like a one stone block in here somewhere, so you could get in and get your head. But then you can see in my head, I've got two. That's the second time I've done that. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can call up another mob or two. So we're gonna push that button, see if we can flush a couple out. So I just have a simple flushing mechanism in there. Hopefully, yep, here comes one. We got a skeleton. Sweet, I haven't done a skeleton yet. So this will be interesting. Push the button, call up the creeper. There he goes. He's going into the tunnel. He's going around the corner. He's going into the skeleton, and we're gonna light him on fire, and kaboom! And we have a skelly head, and yay! Then we grab our skelly head, and now we can decorate our house in skulls. Trident! The first thing you're gonna start off with is a 2x8 rectangle, and you're gonna just dig it out of the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then you're going to build that 7 deep. There we go. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to dig this part back 2 blocks. So 1 and 2, like that. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Then you're going to go ahead and go into your inventory, and you're going to grab your sticky pistons. Going to need 16 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go ahead and pick out some iron blocks just because that seems to be a good one. You could also use like stone bricks. I would use something that's relatively explosion proof but still movable. Of course, you couldn't use obsidian there for that because obviously you can't move obsidian with a piston. So next what you're going to do is, like, you don't have to line this whole thing with obsidian, but that's what I did because I'm thinking that if I have a charged creeper in here and something goes wrong, then my whole system isn't going to blow up. But you could probably build this out of whatever solid block, at least this part. But I'm using obsidian just because I don't want to have a huge problem. Okay. So that, and then this right here. I'm going to line all of this with obsidian like this. And we're going to go basically 3 blocks deep. So 3 blocks under the surface. Like this. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put a floor in here of obsidian, but I'm going to show you the redstone next. So then behind this, anything that redstone is on, I'm going to build out of concrete for you. So my favorite block, white concrete, you guys know it. Okay, so then I'm going to put some white concrete behind these. Okay, like that. And then you're going to take out some redstone, and you're going to put some redstone on top of each one of those. And I'll tell you why I took out the torches in a minute. Okay, so redstone on top of all that, and redstone on top of all this. Now, you're going to pick a block to go over somewhere in the middle, so like one of these two. I know it'd be nice to have it in the middle, but it's an even number. So then you're just going to tear out this part right here until you can find the white concrete block. Okay, so see, there's my piston, there's a white concrete block. Then I'm going to come one down from that concrete block and place a block, and then on top of that block I'm going to put a piston, a redstone torch. Sorry guys, I'm super good at talking. Another concrete block, another concrete block, redstone torch. And then at the bottom here, should have a concrete block with a torch, like that. Okay, so basically it's a torch tower going up, 1, 2, and 3 torches. Okay, you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Next, what you're gonna do is you're gonna dig your way out of here somehow. There we go, cool, like that. Actually, tell you what, I'm just gonna put a redstone torch right here so that these are open. But eventually, this is just gonna be a temporary torch. Okay, so right there. There we go. Now they're open and we can get in and out. I'm gonna replace my iron block right there. Okay, cool. So that is the trap. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take and you're going to fill in the floor of this thing with some black wool. No, just kidding. I would use obsidian. You probably don't even have to use obsidian here because we're gonna put water on top of this, and I think that water blocks the Charged Creeper explosion just like it does block the regular Creeper explosion. But I'm not an expert on it, so just gonna do that. And then you're gonna break out those 2 at the end, and then you're gonna go down a block like this, and you're gonna put 4 more of these, 1, 2, 3, and 4, like that, okay? And then that's gonna be our little spot where the guys are gonna get pushed over into this corner. We're gonna pick them up with a minecart, okay? Then right here, you're gonna place an obsidian block, and then here you're gonna place glass, glass, and glass, and then fill the rest of this in with obsidian. Or whatever block you want to use. There we go. And I'm probably going to put obsidian here around there as well, just to keep those guys from messing with us. Next, we're going to take and place a water source bucket right here in this corner, like that. So then the water's pushing them. So then when the little guys come in, when the Charged Creepers come in, they get pushed right into this corner. And then the minecart, that's how the minecart's going to pick them up. Okay. And then on the other end of this thing, we're going to place 2 water source buckets, 1 there and 1 there. Okay, like that. So then this should go right into here. They get pushed into this water stream and get pushed into the corner. The next thing that I recommend that you do is I recommend that you place some blocks out this way, like this. And I went 5 blocks out with obsidian. It's probably overkill, but something to channel the creepers into this trap. And then if something goes wrong and somebody explodes out here, you don't want it destroying like everything around. So the more that you put as far as obsidian, the less that's going to happen if something goes bad. Of course, you might die, but then at least your items aren't like strewn all over the place, and you have to like rebuild the entire trap as well. So I recommend you come out 5 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, in kind of a triangle shape like this. Okay, like that. And then right here, I would place 2 like really conspicuous blocks, and then you're going to put a button on top of each of those. Okay, and by conspicuous meaning just like easy to find, because when you're running away from a creeper, you don't want to be like hunting, where did I put that button? Yeah. And I recommend you use buttons and on the ground like that, just because I think that's the easiest way to do it. Okay, you might try pressure plates, but the problem is if the guy walks over the pressure plate while you're standing on this, then you're in a world of hurt. Especially if you've already trapped a creeper or 2. You're just basically going to be flushed down into the Charged Creeper area, and he's going to blow up in your face. So, yeah, you don't want that. I wouldn't use pressure plates. Okay? So we're going to do the same thing on this side. Next, you're going to do something to funnel him in. Again, I would use obsidian. I didn't on my example over there, just because I kind of thought the iron blocks for some reason had a higher explosion like rating or whatever than they do. But I would build this whole thing out of obsidian so that if anything goes wrong out here, like I said, like you're not rebuilding everything. Okay, so then basically I'm doing 2 high and I'm just outlining this triangle. Now, you don't have to use obsidian here, but again, it's recommended. Okay, like that, and obviously I did not fill those in. Okay, next you're going to place some obsidian on top of these as well. Again, not necessary that it's obsidian, but recommended. Okay, there we go, like that. Very cool. Okay, so that's our creeper channel done. So then the creeper will follow you through here. You run through, you press the button. Oh, we need to put buttons on this side, and then it'll open. Okay, but we still need to wire up the opening mechanism, but not yet. There we go. Cool. All right, next you're going to come right here, and you're going to dig down, and you're going to find where your minecarts need to go. There, that's where they need to go, right there. Okay. So your minecart, what it needs to do is it needs to run into this block right here at an angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break that out, and I'm going to place a block of redstone right here. So after that, you're going to place one block there, and then you're going to start climbing upwards like this as a stairway. Up like that, and then you're going to put 1, 2, and 3, and I think 4 blocks out that way. Okay. And so then what you're going to do is you're going to take some powered rail right here, and you're going to put powered rail on all of these blocks like this. Okay. Now on this one here, we're going to put a detector rail. After that, we're going to put an activator rail. And then after that, we're going to put another powered rail. And then at the end here, we're going to place a solid block. Has to be a solid block, okay? Solid block right there. Okay, cool. So then what should happen is if we place a minecart here, it should stay there. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put a solid block there and then put a button on that block. Like that. So then that way when we press said button, it'll go down there, pick up our creeper, and bring it back up to the top. Okay, next, right where your activator rail is. So this is the detector, the activator, and then the powered. So right here where your activator rail is, you want to dig down, and I would place obsidian here. Again, it's recommended, not essential. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 3, 4. And then we're going to turn the corner 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 right there. Okay, so on that, then we're going to line this with obsidian. That. Okay, all lined with obsidian. Then you're going to place one water source right there, and that's going to bring this around there. So basically what's going to happen is the creeper is going to get dumped off by this activator rail. He's going to fall into this water stream and come around here. And then this is going to be our killing chamber. So to finish that off, you want to build up the back of it, and it's going to be too wide. And then you want to place a block there. And then remember, let's put a block there. And then remember how we need one block of something that will blow up when the creeper blows up so that we can retrieve the head. Okay, like that. Very good. Cool. So then the next thing you want to do is we have to make sure that Mr. Creeper actually goes where he's supposed to go. So we're going to take out our solid blocks. Let's see. How about some more concrete? This could also be obsidian. If you're obsidian rich, this would be a good place to use it right there. And then one piece there. And then what you want to do is you want to put glass there, there, and there. Has to be glass. Doesn't have to be clear glass, but it has to be glass. Okay. And then you're going to place a block up like that. And then the rest of these can be like, that's not, so like 2 like that, and then basically like cap like this. Does that make sense? So you want to put a block there, a block there, a block on top, and then this way is like this. And the reason you want to do that is because when this thing dumps the creeper off, the creeper is basically going to have one spot that he can go right there. The last thing that we need to do on the creeper side is to wire up our mechanism to open the gate here. Okay, so what I recommend to do is to dig down right here, like that. Okay, and then you're going to want to continuously dig down like 1 block at a time. You're going to go underneath this obsidian right here and just keep digging down until you find your redstone line. So there it is. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to place redstone going back up this ladder, and I'm hoping that I do this right because yeah, we want to be right there with it. So then put one there, one there. I feel like Is that necessary to have this one? Yep, sure is. Oh no. Oh no. I think I might have put my button one further out on the example, but I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so basically what you want to do is you want to, I'm like in here pretty tight. Okay, so these two blocks are underneath our buttons. Actually, our buttons are on top of those, so then you're going to put redstone on top of those two. And then on this side, you got to come down right there and then go into your ladder all the way down to that redstone line. So you're just going to come around. Into this redstone line. Let's just make sure this is more, less than 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, just add it. Just add it. So if I would definitely test this before actually bringing a creeper in here, just to make sure that the door is open. So then what you want to do is you want to make sure that if you need another repeater in here, then go ahead and put a repeater. Okay. Make sure it's on like 1 tick or something really short. Okay, then we're going to go and do the same thing on the other side. So we're just going to keep digging up until I'm digging with my trident. We reach those 2 iron blocks. And that's one reason you want them conspicuous also, is so that when you're doing this, you can find them. I think I found them. That's 1, that's 2. Okay, it's super dark. Let me light this up. Okay, so basically I dug a tunnel from here upwards and I found my 2 blocks of iron. Okay, then we're going to place redstone on top of 2 blocks underneath those 2 blocks. So basically when you push the button, it's going to activate this redstone. And then we're just going to bring that back down to the bottom here. Also, don't forget to delete that or remove that little redstone torch that was holding the door open for us. Okay, you want to get rid of that thing. All right, then make sure that all your stuff is connected and make your way out. And it's very important that you test this before you actually bring a creeper in, just because, yeah, you don't want this to fail. Okay, that's working. Let's try the other button just to make sure. Good. This button. Good. And the other button. And the other button again. Okay, yep, so it totally works. Everything is good. So it's all wired up. We're good to go. Then I'm just going to replace these blocks here. That. There we go. You might even extend your obsidian out a little bit more if you're paranoid about having creepers blow up in your face. I know I am thusly paranoid. So next, what you want to do is you're going to come over here and you're going to go 8 blocks back from this. So I would go like 1, 2, 3, 4 with obsidian. 4 with obsidian, and then you can switch to whatever block you want. I'm going to just use some white concrete. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is the part where we're going to bring in the other mob. So if you already have something figured out for that you want to use, just go ahead and do that. You can stop the tutorial now because that's basically the creeper trap part. So you don't really need the rest of this tutorial. But if you want to see the tiny little mob chamber that I made, then here we go. All right. So then I would do this all out of obsidian because you want to make sure that it doesn't blow up on you and you don't have to rebuild it every time. Leave a 2-block gap here to light your charged creeper, and then again make sure that you have some sort of block that will blow up so you can go claim the head. Okay, then next I'm going to go ahead and put some white concrete here and 1 there, and then we're going to put a water source block right there to make sure that we have the correct distance. Okay, cool. And then next what you're going to do is you're going to tower up so that there is a 2 wide gaps right here. So basically I'm going to build a tower that has a 2 wide gap right there. And then, yeah, we'll put a block there. They should be able to sneak under there, right? All right, you might consider leaving this block open like that, and then so that the mob can easily flow through there. Also, it might be a good idea to put a little bit of glass right here. It should be far enough away from that it's not going to blow up, but maybe. It's just something you could consider. The glass will keep the mob from hitting his head, and then also it'll allow you to see him coming in. Okay, so then you're going to pillar up a little ways. How far is a little ways? I don't know. like 5 or 6 blocks. 1. Hey, stop that. Basically, you're going to make a little tunnel like this. There we go. Okay, cool. So then we have a tunnel there, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to come out 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1 more. And the reason I counted it like that is because on that 1 more, you're going to place your dispenser, and then water can travel 8 blocks without, like a water, good. A water source block, like when you place it down, the water will travel 8 blocks before it finally runs out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from the dispenser will take you right up to this edge, and that way you'll push whatever mob is in here and it will fall down there and of course go that way. Okay, sweet. So then we're going to come out and do the same exact thing again. Like that, and a dispenser on the end, like that. And then I'm just going to build up some walls around this to enclose it. So, come on. There we go. Enclose it with some walls. Like that. I'm just going to come over here because it's so much easier than shift clicking on the dispenser. Like that. And like this. Okay. We're just going to go straight across, and we're going to do the other. Now, if your spawning area is pretty good, like you might only need one side of this thing and just spawn like 1 zombie in here and you're good. Because, like I said, it's not like you need a bunch of mobs to make this happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You just need a few. All right, so I've done both sides of this thing. Now we're going to go up 1 more block. And I'm actually going to put blocks on top of that. Like that. And honestly, I have not tested this in survival. I do not know if this thing will even be enough to have mobs spawn in it. Another option that you might do is build like one of those mob spawners in the air, build this thing way up in the air, and then have the mobs like drop into this hole, or have like a very small like water thing where they drop in and then they get pushed into the hole. Something like that might be a little bit more efficient as far as collecting the mobs that you're going to get the heads from. But whatever. There's lots of good mob farms on YouTube. So if you want a different design than this simple derpy thing that I'm building, then go ahead and do that and find one. Okay, cool. All right. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take a repeater and place it. I'm going to place it like symmetrically right over the center there of this tube. And then you're just going to place redstone all the way around here. And then these 2 blocks are on top of our dispensers, so then they're now powered. So whenever this thing powers, then the dispensers will dispense. And you're going to come this way as well, do the same thing, like that. And then, let's see, from here we're going to build a tower up to that. And I'm going to start at the bottom here. So 1, 2, and just build like a tower, and then break every other block from wherever you want to start it. Let's start it there. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, cool. So I started 1 block off the ground, and then so what you want to do is then somehow tie into that tower. I'm just going to put the redstone right on top because it's going to be powered by the torch below it. Let me clear this weather. There we go. All right, get our redstone torches out. Like that. Okay, you should have heard a click. That's totally fine. And then what you want to do is you're going to then put a button here. And I would definitely wire up all this redstone and then put your water buckets into the dispensers. That's how you do this with the flushing mob farms. Otherwise, you just have a water disaster, and that really stinks. Okay, cool. Next, so we're just going to go ahead and put our water buckets into our dispensers. So 1 into this one, 1 into this one, 1 into this one, and 1 into that one. There we go. And then when we press the button, we should hear the whoosh sound and see some water falling. Whoosh. Oh, I see water. Should hear a click. And the water should go away. There we go. Okay, cool. So that is a cute little creeper farm. I know that's kind of ugly if you want to sort of build a house around this thing, or like a house. I mean like some sort of a building, or decorate it somehow. It's not supposed to be pretty. It's supposed to be functional. So I apologize. It's like a big ugly bunch of obsidian and white concrete, but you get the idea. Anyway, this has been Hex. I really hope that you enjoy this little Charged Creeper farm. I hope it works for you, honestly. I hope that you can get some mob heads in vanilla, perfect vanilla. Probably a better way to do it would be to write Mojang and tell them, hey, we need the mob heads a little bit easier to drop, because having them fall from a Charged Creeper explosion is a little bit silly, having it be that difficult. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. And if you really loved it and you would like to see more, feel free to subscribe. But for now, I hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless. I got a trident!